Hey, so I want to talk about a branding workshop that I did with Daniel and Mark from GymFuse. And before I go into the specifics of the workshop itself, I just want to talk about how impressed I was with Mark and Daniel's attitude. First of all, their passion and enthusiasm for the branding workshop itself was so infectious, and the energy was so positive. And I just really enjoyed it just because of that, because they really gave their all in the workshop, and they did their best to help me and really dive deep into my personal brand and how I can develop it and everything I can do with it, whether it had anything to do with clothing or not. That's what's the amazing part about it, really, was for me. And the workshop was supposed to last for 2 hours, but we ended up doing it for four because they wanted to make it so thorough and comprehensive and make sure that I got some great insights and takeaways from it. So that in and of itself was just you know amazing for me from my perspective. And I learned so much, not only about my own personal values, but where I need to position my business and where I need to take it in the next 3 to 5 years, in fact. And what the biggest thing that it gave me doing this branding workshop was really a set of core values that I need to adhere to, and not only core values that I need to adhere to, but core values that I now recognize that are important as part of my brand and as my business, and that I can say, okay, these are my values, and that every time I do a piece of content or every time I make a business decision, I can now look at these values and use them as a framework and decide, does that help me? Does this, what I'm doing right now, adhere to these principles and values that I have, and is this going to take me where I want to go? So in terms of giving me extreme clarity on my business, it was like amazing. And it was and I really needed that exercise to do with these guys from an objective point of view, because they're not invested in my business. So I really needed that objective point of view from guys who are super experienced and super knowledgeable in this area to really give me that clarity on my business. And I, not only did they help me with my branding and marketing message and the type of audience that I need to be reaching out to and who I need to be attracting to my business to help it grow, but they also gave me a ton of business ideas that I never even thought of before as well. And finally, I think the biggest thing for me was just connecting with them on a personal level. You know, they were super friendly, down to earth guys that entrepreneurial, and they just really want to make things happen. They're doing great with their own business themselves, and you can see that they're really invested in you and the interaction and helping you, as opposed to paying for a workshop and then the people were just doing it, going through the motions, and it was really the opposite of that.